So it is November 16th, 2009. And before I get into this, everybody, you know, I encourage you to make a level 1 tune on Elune and Male Curiosity, wishing her a happy birthday. Um, that's Cassie. Anyway, you know, my last video, or my last talkative video, I didn't really talk about much updates really. It was just me sort of bitching because I was just frustrated and angry. Speaking of which, you guys really need to stop making tunes on Elune to talk to me about that video specifically. I like it. I don't mind it when people make a tune on Elune to, just be like, hey, I like your videos, or I enjoy what you do. I like your work. That's fine. That makes me feel great. That's part of the reason why I do this is for the positive feedback and for the feedback period. Um, but I didn't really get into actual detail, like I said. But oh right, yeah, don't please stop making tunes on my server just to talk to me and try to talk me out of what I said in that video. And maybe things will change. I'm 16 now. Maybe by the time I hit that age, maybe something will be happening in my life that'll cause me to want to continue. But until then, I just don't. I'm like I said, I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm not. I don't have any suicidal thoughts for any other reason than just I don't see a reason beyond 18. Anyway, that's beyond the point. Um, so yeah, just stop doing that. Um, what did I make this video for? Usually when I make these talkative videos, actually all the times before this time, I have a list of things to talk about. I never script my videos, obviously, but I usually have a list, like a word pad or something that I just write down. Talk about this, this, and this. But I didn't have that, so just fuck it. I really just hit record. Cassie just logged off, and it's like 12. I think it's like 12 or 1 a.m. here. I'm in Houston, by the way. My grandma is dying of some sort of cancer. She's like 80. Who the fuck wants to live to 80? I wasn't really that close to her, so don't be like, oh my god, I'm sorry. But I actually live in San Antonio, and my grandma lives in Houston, so I'm spending half my week here in Houston and then half my week in San Antonio, and that's what I've been doing for the last month or so. I don't know why. Um, I don't even know why I'm here. All I do is really uh, sit playing WoW here, and then I sit playing WoW at home. But I really like it here more because I don't have to go to school or any of that. But yeah, so what do I need to talk about? Oh yeah, my recent guild issue. As you guys probably know by now, at least my longtime subscribers, I really don't stay in a guild very long. I mean, I was an Aegis for the better part of a year, but there's very few guilds that I like. Even the guilds that are so perfectly, there's always something wrong with the guilds that I get into. Um, even Aegis, it's like that was such a perfect guild with all my friends and all that, and everything was great. But as soon as Old War came out, things just went to shit. Um, but anyway, yeah, I left Axis, and I'll post a screenshot as to why that happened. Um, Basically, Tal Jerk, he's been riding my ass. Um, how do I just if he's hearing, if he's listening to this, I just wonder, how does my dick feel in your ass? Um, 'Cause all I hear is Tal. Oh, I was just grouping with Tal, and he was just talking all this shit about you. I don't really mind. I like that I'm on his mind that often. It's kind of weird though. So yeah, basically, with Axis, I really do like the people in Axis. Everybody except for a certain person who I'll leave unnamed for now due to lack of respect, or due lack of respect, due to just respect towards the guild members. Um, but I really do like the guild, and I wish them the best of luck. It was just a certain sort of it was just animosity between myself and a certain officer. So I was actually removed from the guild. Um, and here's a screenshot. So yeah, and then after after Axis, I went from Axis to CV within the same 24 hours. CV Celestial Vanguard. This is my very first guild back in 2005, 2004. I don't know. I must have been 11, 12 years old at the time. Was Perpetual Affinity, and they're cool. They basically raised me when I was that young. I was in that guild for actually about a year now that I think about it, more than a year. Because I wasn't gonna get into any other guild. They were the only guild that would let me raid at least once a month as feral. Back then I was a feral druid, and it's hard to if for those vanilla players, if you're so feral druid, you laugh. I really did laugh. I mean, my biggest highlight at level 60 was tanking one of Gar's ads. That was the shit for me. I shit my pants when I got it. When they were like, "Oh, Nolly, go ahead and tank one of Gar's ads." Like, fuck yeah, that's badass. I've never been anything but feral now that I think about it. Anyway, that's besides the point. Again, I'm just getting sidetracked. You'll have to deal with this. It'll probably be a several part video. I know most of people don't actually watch. I don't whenever I listen. It's most people I'm subscribed to are just people that I can listen to while I play WoW. I don't actually watch. So you guys can fucking deal with that. Um, then Okay, yeah. Then I got into CV. CV was basically Perpetual Affinity reborn with most of their officers and stuff. Christos, Nimbus, Willatari, all of them. They're way cool. I really like the guild. I like everybody in them, and I like the way that it's run. But when I apt to the guild, I apt as a tank, and that's main spec. Obviously my off spec is Kitty, and I don't want to go in Kitty. That's fine. Feral druids tend to put out more DPS as feral tanks tend to put out more DPS than their um, other tank can. But but the thing was, it was like I apt as a tank, and I got to roll on tank stuff as my main spec gear. But what good was that when they told me to DPS literally 100% of the time in our raids? So I don't mind DPSing, that's fine, but what use is it when I'm going DPS and all this gear that I'm getting for my tank spec isn't really helping the raid at all because it's never going to any use? So I went through my whole 30-day trial period, and on the last day, I basically told Cornax, one of their officers, I think he's the raid leader, or one of them, I told him, I'm just unhappy with my position in the guild. And, it was very nice, and I think I left on a high note, or at least I tried to. Um, so yeah, after CV, no, I'm in Fight. Fight is a good guild. It's pretty much CV, but they needed a tank, and that's what I'm doing. Um, yeah, so there's the whole tank issue. What else do I need to talk about other than that? You know what I hate? I realize that I hate sunny days. Sunny days suck. I can't tell you why, but I just don't feel comfortable to when I go outside and it's just all sunny. I mean, I don't care if it's necessarily hot or not, but I just don't like it sunny. It's like I love it when it's dark and gloomy, not necessarily like pouring down rain, although I don't mind rain. I just, I wish, obviously it wouldn't work for the environment. We wouldn't live for much longer, but I wish that, the world it just stayed like dark and gloomy. And not because again, does that sound like an emo thing to say? And I hate that term emo. Emo. But does that sound like something like that? I don't know. I just prefer it to be dark and gloomy. I just feel more comfortable that way. Um, so yeah, I hate sunny days. I hate it when it's like, oh, look at this great day, and it's just sunny. No, to me, a great day is just nice and gloomy. Um, what else should I talk about? My birthday was on the 5th. I turned 16, and it actually worked out like 16 candles. My parents forgot my birthday until about like 10 a.m. I got out of the shower and my mom was crying. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." But like, she totally forgot my birthday. I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it." I've had 15 birthdays prior. You get pretty old of it. Just pretty sick of it. Um, so yeah. Um, I wish I had something more to talk about. Like I said, I just hit record and just going. Um, what should I talk about? Um, Anna Barak, 25-man TOGC is incredible. He's an overpowered boss. Oh yeah, I never thought I'd say that, but he's an overpowered boss. I'm the last person to bitch that things need to be nerfed in PvE content. I think everybody has their opinions about PvP content. Disc Priest. um, but yeah, the fucking TOGC 25-man Anabarak is just ridiculous. It's like if you thought Twins was hard, then you you don't even try. Don't even waste your time on Anabarak 25 TOGC.